Right, so hey everyone. Right, so this will be my trade recap for the 13th of January. Right, so the first trade that I took was during the 4 hour close at before London Open. So when I saw that this 4 hour candle here actually closed bearish, but respecting this previous support that it made, and then when this bullish candle closed strong above this recent resistance that was made like this, I took the entry on the 4 hour close here with my stop loss below this structure. So I was anticipating that price would go up to test the weekly um, highs at 142,600, because when I was taking the trade long, the weekly candle had already broken above all these previous wicks that I had on the weekly chart. So I thought that there was bullish momentum and that this wick fill on the weekly should be able to be filled. So I then waited and gave my trade a lot of space on the 4 hour with my stop loss below at this area. So once price actually pushed past 1 hour, I locked my stop loss at break even, and then when it came back down on the retest, my stop loss was slightly below this area, because I knew that price, if it wanted to continue higher, it might do a retest to this previous daily wick high at 142. So I gave it a bit of space, but unfortunately the trade hit the stop loss and then it closed in overall profits. So that was the GJ trade that I took today. So for the second trade that I took today, it was on the 1 hour for gold. So at entry, I was actually looking. I had a few confluences for the gold trade. Firstly, price had tapped into it and rejected my 50 fib on the 1 hour. And then finally, when it was at the North American currency open, it formed this bullish support with this bullish engulfing candle off the 4 hour zone, and after rejecting my 50 fib. So I took that as strong confluence. Plus, when I looked at the overall trend on gold on the 4 hour, it was actually making higher lows over here, and now this area was making higher lows as well on the 1 hour. So I took it as a bullish confirmation, another bullish confluence for me to take my trade long. So I got a bit excited when I saw this bullish closing as a bullish engulfing candle, and I forgot to check for news that was happening here. So that when I made my entry, the news was 30 minutes away. So when the next candle actually came down, you saw that it wicked a wick down first, but it respected and still didn't break these lows. So it's also respected the 50 fib and also the 4 hour zone. So I held into the trade, and then when it broke up, I wanted to see if it could break this level over here on my bearish fibs just in case. So when it closed above this 61 fib, I knew that it would continue up. But when we came to the New York Stock Exchange open, price actually did a push down first, and then finally it closed bullish. So as it was pushing down, I was watching where this wick would form. If it had broken below this candle wick, I would have cut it, but I was anticipating that the 50 fib, the 4 hour zone, and this structure should hold. So I trusted my analysis and I held on to the trade. So after that, when I went down to the 15, I started to notice that the the 78 fib level on the 1 hour was actually being respected many times before. So over this area here, respected once as resistance, and then after that it rejected again, in total 3 times. So as we headed into after New York Open, when I saw that there were so many rejections to this area, I locked my stop loss at break even, since it was near 1 hour and it was trying to break above this previous resistance here. as there was also US dollar news coming up later that night. These two over here. So I locked the stop loss at break even, and finally, when the next 1 hour candle actually closed bearish like this, respecting that 78 pip, I closed the entire trade. So I think right now price might have continued lower and made another bearish 1 hour close. So I think it was good to have been out on the trade in full. So because this was my first live trade on gold, I took it with 0.25% risk. So trying to get my feel and understand the behavior on gold. So usually at the North American Open, you'll make a nice push and then continue to feel the candles on the left for this clean move. But today it didn't really do that. So when I saw the rejections to this 78 fib, I decided to be a bit safer and just take and decided to just bang whatever profits that I had. So I hope you like these recaps. So I decided to save it on stories because I think you guys like it better this way. So let me know. Drop a comment, or if you have any questions, just feel free to DM me and I'll try my best to answer.